everybody, Tim Norris here, aka GreyElephant.
And Carmen Norris.
And welcome to a Kickstarter preview by GreyElephant Gaming. Today we're going to be taking a look at Scrapyard Empire.
So we're going to play this out in real time and show you how it works.
Alright, and welcome to Scrapyard Empire. So we've already got the game set up, so let me explain to you how this is, and we'll just look at my side of the board here. First off, I have my character, and I'll explain what he is and what his ability is here in just a second. Each of us are dealt 8 part cards that are laid out face up in front of us. These part cards are going to be used to build these 5 small machines. Now we're going to be able to add more small machines and more part cards as the game progresses, because the goal of the game is to build your inventions. In a 2-player game, normally you would whichever player built 3 inventions first would win the game. We're just going to say 2, just for the sake of teaching you and also trying to keep this video at a appropriate time here. So, whichever one of us builds 2 inventions first wins. Now, each of us also have a character. My character is Jerry Rigsby, a toy maker who began building vehicles and weapons. He tried to combine these skills with the Malibu Dream blimp, which proved unsuccessful. I have a special ability which says that once per game you can build an invention with 1 fewer small machine than required. So, for instance, let's take a look at my small machine. It is the beep, because I cannot say it out loud, otherwise Carmen will know what my small machine is, but I'm going to show you close up here. If you notice, I have a title at the top of it. It's got 3 icons there on the left. That kind of corresponds to the bottom of the card, and it's an easy like visual illustration, but it's actually listed on the bottom of the card what each one of the requirements are. And if you notice, it says 3 different types of items listed on the bottom. For instance, I'll say one of them is a mecha skeleton. Carmen did not hear that, I hope. However, once I build those 3 small machines, I can then build this invention. So that is my goal here. So why don't we explain how that happens? But before we do that, Carmen, who is your inventor?
I am Captain Minerva, an airship pirate with incomparable fencing skills, a thirst for blood, and an incredible eye for fashion. She longs for a ship to captain. Her special ability is when digging for parts. If you roll a 6, you may take 2 cards instead of 1.
You thirst for blood?
Yes.
That's disgusting.
My invention's going to help me with that.
What, a blood drinking machine? It's called a straw. Okay, so what we do on our turn is that we're allowed to look at our cards freely, but these are going to be hidden from our opponent. We don't want our opponent to know what small machines we have in our hand that we're trying to build. So parts build small machines build inventions. You need 3 parts to build a small machine. You need 3 small machines to build an invention. 3, makes it easy, right? Alright, so the very first thing you're going to do on your turn, and Carmen, why don't we do a roll-off, see who goes first. I got a 5, and Carmen got a 3. So, very first thing is I will draw 1 part, and I'll play it out face up in front of me. Now what I would do is I've got several different types of actions that I can do. The very first thing I can do, as long as it is my first action, and I have 5 small machines in my hand, I would be allowed to draw either 2 cards from the parts pile or from the small machine pile. Well, because I know I'm going to need some different small machines because I don't have enough to match this, I'm going to draw 2 small machines from the top of here. Okay? Another action that I can do is I can steal. So I'm seeing what she's got laid out in front of her. If I wanted one of those cards, I could decide to roll this die. And if I roll a 5 or a 6, I would successfully steal it. However, let's say if I only rolled a 3. Well, anytime you roll the dice, you're allowed to scrap parts to make up 1 point value. So, if I wanted to, I could scrap 2 of my parts into the discard pile, and then that would make it a 5, and then I would still be successful. I don't know if I really want to steal yet. I'll have to think about that. Another action you can do is just draw simply from the top of one of these cards, either the small machine or the parts pile. Another action is that I can dig. Now this will be a big action that you'll see Carmen and I will be using as the game progresses. Digging allows you, as this stack of discard parts gets higher, we get to roll this die. On a 4, 5, or 6, we're successful, we get to just look through this and keep everything in order and show your opponent as you're going through it so that they can see which parts that are actually in the pile as well. But you're going to be allowed to pick out a part and just freely add it to your tableau in front of you. Another action would be that you could trade. So a trade would be that I just say, hey, Carmen, I want your gun and ammo, and in exchange, I'll give you this tripod and this petrol. And then she says either yay or nay, or she could counter. If she says no, then, well, that just kind of stinks. I just lost my action. Then the other thing is that whenever we do have small machines built in front of us, some of them have actions on the bottom, and we can use those actions to try to help us. And that'll make sense as we're playing as well. So I've already done the very first thing, which is, that's phase 1 is draw. Now we're into my 2 actions, which I did draw 2 from there. So I've got 1 action left to go. So I think for my second action, well, still not really happy with what I've got here, but I am going to draw 1 more card off the top of here, blindly, okay? And I'll just add it to my tableau. Now that I'm done with that, I go into the build phase. Now, in the build phase, what I can do is I can try to build one of these small machines or even my invention. But because I don't have any small machines built, I can only build, to build the invention, I can only try to use these parts to build my small machine. So what I do is I look on my cards here and I see what's required for them. So I know I can't build this one. I don't believe I can build this one either. I might, nope, can't build this one, can't build this one. No, no, and unfortunately no, I cannot build any of these. I should have actually dug and grabbed that card. I just wasn't paying attention because I was talking to you people. But that's okay. So because I was not able to build anything, we go straight into the discard phase. And what happens in the discard phase is that I have to discard down to 5 small machines and 8 parts. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I got to get rid of 2 of these. I'll get rid of these 2 here. Put them in the pile. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these. So I need to get rid of 2 of these. So I will get rid of the Clockwork Brain.
I gotta say, I really enjoy the artwork on these cards, especially on the small machines. I think it really draws you into the theme of the game, that these are inventions, you know. They're really different than anything you've seen before.
Stupid nonsense.
He doesn't need brains, apparently.
If you only had a brain. Okay.
Well, this game's looking good for me, so I'm gonna draw.
Well, that's easy when you're compared to me.
Let's see, I don't have any petrol. Okay. Now, since I have 5 small machines, I'm going to draw 2. Yes.
Uh-oh.
I'm so happy.
She must have got something else she wanted, and that kind of bums me out because I really wanted to try to... I wanted to try to get lucky on my first draw, too.
And now I have 1 more action, so let's see. What do I need for this?
One thing about this game is that once you start kind of figuring out what these little pictures on the left side of these cards mean, it makes it a little easier for you when you look, because you don't necessarily need to worry about what the name are.
So I'm going to dig.
And you were successful. She rolled a 5, a secluded 5. So a crank, a tripod, and a propeller, and you took the... That's what I should have grabbed my turn, and I didn't, and I'm still upset about that.
Now, my actions are done. I'm going to go in the build phase. I'm going to build this weaponry system, which requires a steel cage.
Tripod and guns and ammo.
Tripod, guns, and ammo.
Yep. Yep. So those just get discarded here.
Yeah, those get discarded.
And can you build something else?
Yes, I can. And the reason I hesitated was that maybe I should have built this first, but no, that would have required an action, so that's fine.
Yep.
Okay, so the combustion engine requires petrol, propeller, and piston. So
wow!
I have all those.
You just destroyed me on your first turn. Great work. All right.
Well, you know, I got lucky.
Now, when you were digging, you didn't roll a 6.
I didn't roll a 6.
But you could have added a card to that to make a 6, which means you could have taken 2 cards. Don't forget that.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh my God. She built 2 small machines on her very first turn. This is going to be a little tough to rebound from. It would have been a 6, and she could have taken 2 cards out of this pile instead of just 1, which it may not have mattered. I don't know. But are you all finished up?
I am finished.
Okay, so first thing I'll do is I'll draw a card, and I got more guns and ammo, which I don't need. Alright, so I am going to, first action, draw 2 cards off the top of here. And I am just drawing junk, junk, junk. I mean, good stuff. I'm drawing exactly what I need. Okay, so I can't just freely look through that. I really need some cards here, and I'm in trouble. So I think what I am going to do is, I know what I need. It's just unfortunate that you don't even have it out in front of you either.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if I wanted to, I am going to perform a dig ability. And, okay, so I was one short, so I'm going to get rid of one gun and ammo, and then that'll make this a 4. Now I can freely dig. And I'm going to grab this propeller, which I should have done last turn. So now with this propeller, I would go into my build phase, and I could build either one of these, and I'm not sure which one I necessarily... No, I don't want to build that. Oh, goodness. There it is. Okay. I am going to build... Let me make sure I got this. Yes. No, I don't have it. Oh, my God. I thought I did. Nope. I'm one card short. I messed up again. Wow, I am really messing things up as I'm trying to talk and do this. So I'm going to get rid of these 2 cards. I have to get rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I will get rid of 1 crank. And Carmen, it is back to you.
Okay, I'm going to draw my part.
I gotta start shutting up and paying more attention. I got a propeller. Look at me. Okay.
Let's see. What do I want?
I gotta be quiet and try to look at my cards here real quick because
I think
I
I'll
am
go
messing
ahead
up.
and try drawing 2 small machines.
Oh.
One thing we noticed while we were playing the game is that some of these parts and small machines are harder to find than the others. Not all of the quantities in the deck are equal. But one thing that's nice is that you don't have to have a lot of experience because the parts actually include that in the flavor text, so you know if it's going to be a hard one to find.
Chop, chop, tick, tick.
I think I'm looking for the tripod.
You think you are?
Uh-oh.
Unsuccessful, but if you just discard 1 card, you'll be able to go through.
discard 1 card.
Or discard 3 and you'd be able to still draw 2.
I'll discard the pendulum.
Okay,
and then I'm going to look for the tripod. So.
Okay, yep, I see
Got it.
Alright.
Now let's see if I can build something.
Oh, now don't forget, she could have used one of her actions to on one of her small machines. So for instance, like her combustion engine, because now she's building,
Yeah.
if she would have been able to, she could have used that ability as one of her actions, and then as she builds, she would have been able to keep her part cards instead of discarding them.
Right, and I meant to use it if I was going to build also, but oh well.
I meant to do that.
Let's see, what do I need? I need that.
You need to quit kicking my butt.
I'm going to build the bio monitor,
Oh man, I like that one.
control panel, tripod, and harness.
Okay, this is getting ugly. I gotta do something to catch up here.
Well, I'm down to 2 part cards though, so...
So what? I haven't built nothing. Are you done?
I am finished.
Alright. Alright,
Wait, I'm going to have to discard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yep, you gotta get rid of
I
one.
have another bio monitor, so...
Okay, so first thing, I draw 1 card. I got another control panel. Okay, first action, I'm going to draw 2 cards off of here. And I got a harness and more Petro. I don't think either one of them are doing me any good. Oh, goodness. Okay, now I'm going to dig. And I was successful. So, because of that, I am going to get the piston. You done what in your cup? Okay. So, now what I can do is with a piston, a propeller, and a little Petro, we have now built the combustion engine on my side. And I'm finally in the game here, people. I mean, come on. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got to get rid of 1. I'll get rid of the control panel. And I've got enough cards here. So, Carmen, back to you, girl.
Okay, I'm going to draw my part card. And... what are the chances that you're going to give me something that I need? Should I just steal it, or should I try to trade?
Well, it depends on what you're trading. So, you want to give me one of your small machines? I'll be down with that.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
Hey, I'll let you pick any 3 of my cards for my choice of one of your small machines. How's that?
So, I'm going to try digging for something. Okay.
And a 2.
Oh, no!
So you'd have to get rid of 2 cards just to even be successful. That's what you get when you don't accept my offer.
I can do that. I'll get rid of 2 cards.
I made you a good offer.
I'm going to look for the crank.
Cranky crank, crankity crank, crank, crank. There it is.
Got it. Okay. Now, should I try rolling a dice again? It's not working very well for me. and I skipped my opportunity to get 2 part cards too. Dang it. I'm going to try to steal from you.
What are you trying to steal?
I need a 5 or 6. Yeah!
What are you stealing?
Light bulb.
I hate you! Did you just build something?
No.
Okay.
I'll build it on my next turn.
I didn't even need light
You're going to
bulbs.
steal it back, though, probably.
Are you done?
Yes.
You have to discard anything?
No.
Okay, first thing I do is I draw a card, and I got more pistons. Alright, next I'm going to draw 1 card from here. Okay. Good, good. I did well here. Okay. Second action. I'm going to use my combustion engine because it says for the rest of the turn, any parts or small machines scrapped are put under your control. Under your control are not discarded. So that was my 2 actions. Now I'm going to go into build. Very first thing I'm going to build is my mecha skeleton. So that would require a steel cage, a crank, and a piston. But because of the combustion engine, I don't discard them. They get to stay in my tableau. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Next, I think I'm going to use Jerry Rigby's ability. And it says once per game you can build an invention with 1 fewer small machines than required. So I am going to build the Glove of Doom. This powerful glove bends metal with ease, crushes coal into diamonds, and opens walnuts without strain. It takes the mecha skeleton, the combustion engine, and the biomonitor, which I do not have. Given the fact you'd already built one and there's one here, I think there's only one left, and I think it would have taken me forever to try to find it.
You don't have to discard those.
No, I don't, do I? Ooh, yes. Any parts are small machines. See? That's why I'm awesome. So, now I draw a new invention. And the cool part is I still get to keep those, but this would still... Whoop, you didn't see that. Stop that. But this one will still stay bent. So
I was looking, but I can't really read very well from here, so it's a good thing there's no pictures yet.
I'm getting her hooked on phonics. Okay, Carmen, it is your turn, and now I have built 1 invention. What are you gonna do?
I think I'm probably going to build an invention. Okay, so I'm going to draw my part. And then for my first action, I will draw 2 parts. And now, for my second action, I'm going to use my combustion engine.
Ah, you're doing the same thing I did, huh?
Yes. Any parts or small machines.
I love the combustion engine.
So, I'm going to build this lightning generator with the crank, the light bulbs, and the metal casing, but I don't have to discard them. And now I'm going to build my invention, which is make sure I have everything for it, death ray.
Ah, no! Not a death ray.
So I have weaponry system, combustion engine,
and your
lightning generator, but I don't have to discard.
So what's the death ray do, honey? Now, mind you, this is just flavor text.
This powerful ray gun can annihilate small countries. It's as standard to super villainry as a maniacal laugh. Okay. So
That was a good maniacal laugh you had, actually.
I'm gonna get. What do I get? I get a new invention.
Yes, I was about to say, what are you drawing from there for? Are you trying to cheat? What is it? You want to tell me what it is? What do you need for small parts?
I don't think we've built this one before.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Well, there's one. There's only one in here. We've played several times, but for some reason one keeps eluding us. So you all finished up then?
Yep.
All right. You have 5.
I have
all right,
4.
All right. So first thing, I draw a card. Got a propeller. I've only got 4 cards in my hand. So let's see here. Goodness, I'm going to need some. I'm going to draw from here for my first action, and let me think. For my second action, I have. Okay, that's good. And for my second action, I will draw from here again. Okay? So now I go into my build phase. So I'm going to build the biomonitor. That is a harness. That is a tripod. And that is a control panel. Next, I'm going to see if I can build something else here real quick. Do I need to build this? Yes. So I need Petra, a metal... Oh, dang! I always get this confused with the metal casing. Always!
Yeah.
I hate that. Okay, so I cannot build two things. I got excited. I mean, I don't need a metal casing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Carmen, it is your turn.
Okay, let's see what I'm gonna do. I'm thinking about using my lightning generator.
Yeah, I really
It's
like
kind
the
of a
lightning
good deal.
generator. But first thing you're going to do is you're going to draw your one card, though.
Yes, okay. Light bulbs.
Bing! Light bulb.
I don't really have the parts I need, but I'm thinking I could probably dig for them, so I'm not real worried about using the lightning generator for parts at this point.
Well, you're not going to be able to draw two cards on your first turn, so that's going to affect you. And given the fact we've both already built one, whoever builds the next one wins, so...
Yeah, so I think I'll use my lightning generator and draw 4 new small machines.
Nice. Lightning generator is really good. Actually, all these small machine cards are really good when used properly.
Okay, that wasn't very helpful, unfortunately.
So this is going to be interesting to see how this plays out.
I like to go ahead and discard them because otherwise I get confused even though I'm not really supposed to yet. Okay, now I'm going to dig, and so I'm going to try to roll a 6. Oh, that's so bad. Oh, no. Oh, I'm
So
in
you
so
could
much
get rid of
trouble.
2 cards to...
Yeah, I know. I'm
make
going
it
to do
successful.
that, but I'm going to decide what to get rid of here.
So
I will get rid of both of the light bulbs because I'm pretty sure I'm not going to need them. And then I'm going to dig, and let's see what I need.
All right, I know what
Whichever
I'll
one comes first is the one I'll grab, I guess.
What was I didn't see the first few that you did.
Okay.
Keep going. Okay.
Now, I need 2 cards, so should I take that or should I keep going? I'm going to take this.
Okay.
And now I'm done.
Man, there's a card that I swear we haven't been seeing a lot of. Okay, so first action, I draw one. All right, second action, shoot. If I try to steal, you're just going to use your bio monitor to prevent me from taking it. So, goodness. First action, I've got 5 cards, so I'm just going to draw 2. And, I got lucky. So, okay, I needed that gearbox. Second action, gosh, I don't know if... I don't know if I remember seeing a metal casing in there. That's the problem. I don't think there is. And I mean,
That's why I stopped instead of...
Yeah.
Well, that and the second card I needed, there's no guarantee it was even in there.
That's
so.
the problem. I don't know if there's a metal casing in there, so I almost think I should just draw. If I roll a 6, I can draw 2 cards instead of just 1, though. That would be kind of nice.
Or you could just get my bio monitor out of the way by trying to steal it.
I can't steal your bio. Oh, well, yeah, I know that.
I would have to use it.
All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to perform a dig action. So, here we go. All right, so I was successful. So hopefully there's a metal casing in here. I don't think there is. Oh, no. It was a steel cage again. Ugh! I thought there was a metal casing in this scrap pile. I don't know why I keep getting this confused with the steel cage. So, I mean, I could take it. Okay. Because what it is you have to, whatever card you stop at, you're not allowed to go back to the others. You have to take the last card. So, therefore, I can take the bottom card. So, not what I wanted at all. So, one action you can do, which for some reason we rarely perform this one, is that you can steal small machines from your opponent, from their hand, not if they're already built. But you can take 2 cards, choose which one you want to keep, and then you can give your opponent back the other one. Yeah, okay. Anyways, your turn. Go ahead.
Okay, so...
I'm really kicking myself. I'm usually smarter at this game than this. I've won every time we've played.
Now, I'm going to draw 2 small machines.
If I wasn't talking and paying attention, I know I'd be doing better.
I'm so sorry.
I know. Pity me, pity me. I bet it just breaks your heart, doesn't it?
Yes. Okay, so now I'm gonna dig.
Mm-hmm.
6. I want to roll a 6. Come on, 6.
5. So you can discard a card to get 2.
Problem is, I don't know what else I need. Because I might not have the last small machine I need.
Oh, yeah. If you had the mecha skeleton, you could copy my guy's ability, though. That would have been cool. Then you could build an invention with only 2 small machines.
Okay, so I'm going to discard this.
Okay.
And let's see what I'm trying to get. Okay. I'm going for petrol and a steel cage.
Okay. I'm going to use my my bio monitor, and I'm going to take that from you.
Oh, man.
That way I just put you behind a little bit further. The bio monitor says directly after a player's successful steal or dig, you may take control of the card they won. So that just make it harder for her. Oh, there just so happened to be another one, though, huh?
Okay. And I guess I kind of cheated, but he was talking, and so it kind of screwed me up.
What did you do? Did you go back through again?
I went back like 2 cards.
I think that given the fact that you get to take 2, it may allow you to do that. I don't know. It might be 2 separate actions, or it's just maybe 1, and you have to take 1 and then keep digging and take the second. I'm not sure how that... I should have wrote Nasty. That's the first time we've used this card. But
okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, and now...
You still took the card after anyway, so it didn't matter.
Yeah, I can build this.
What? A jet propulsion. What's the jet propulsion?
It takes petrol,
probably a
propeller, metal casing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, okay.
Metal casing, huh?
There you go.
All right. You all done?
Yes.
Do you need to discard down your small machines?
Yes.
You still can't build your other invention, huh?
No.
This is going to be close. Okay. So first thing I do is I draw a card, and it's a hole. Let's see if it fit down here. Still keep it in camera. Okay. Second thing I can do... Okay. And I know what I want to do, but given the fact you still have your bio monitor, you could just prevent me. Okay, I am going to use my mecha skeleton, and it says choose one opponent, and for this turn you may use that character's ability as if it was your own. So I'm going to use your character's ability that if I roll a 6, I get to take 2 cards out of the draw pile instead of just 1. So, alright, so I'm going to roll this and dig. I rolled a 5. I will discard the whole. So here I go. Now this is still my first action, by the way. So, I will take light bulbs.
How is that still your first action?
Because I just drew one, right? That's my normal draw, and then now I...
No, you used...
Oh, I used that. Right.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I didn't think about that. So I just messed up again. Okay.
You use your card for one action.
Yes,
And now your second action is to dig.
Yes. I'll take the steel cage, I guess. Yeah, because I could have grabbed the 2 items I needed and then just see if you... Because you would have taken one anyways. I know you would have. Okay, but that's all right. Now I go into my build, and I can build the Navitrix. That takes a crank, a gearbox, and light bulbs. And it says, roll a die. When view that many cards from either the parts or the small machine pile, take 1 under your control. So, got rid of those 3 there. And now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 4. So I am safe. Go ahead.
Okay.
This is going to be really close. Oh my god, you drew that card I needed! Boy, that is karma. I passed it up in here trying to trick you.
I'm going to try to steal from you.
What? A 2. Haha. You'd have to get rid of 3 cards to make the difference, because you got to roll a 5 or a 6 to steal from me. Ha 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 ha.
I'll just try to steal from you again.
Oh, well, whatever. Ha!
Oh my god!
Even worse!
No!
Even worse!
Wow, I can't believe I missed on 2 dice rolls. What are the chances I was going to roll even worse the second time? And
No, you should have thought about that before you was trying to come over here and steal from me. You should have traded. You should have proposed a trade, and we would have been like, okay, I'm happy with this. You get this, I get that.
I do not have 4 cards to discard in order to steal from you. I should have just done the 3. All right. Well, I guess my turn's over then.
You only got 5 cards? Right?
Yes.
Okay, here I go. Gonna draw, and another gearbox. All right, first action, I am going to perform a dig. Let me see, let me make sure I've got, okay, yep. I'm gonna dig. I rolled a 4, so I am successful.
What you going for?
Metal casing.
I think I'm going to take that metal casing from you.
I had to do it! I mean, now I'm going to try to steal your metal casing. Okay, that's okay, because...
Speaking of karma.
1, 2. That would make that a 3, 4, 5. There we go. And I'm taking your metal casing. Now I go into the build phase.
No!
Which I will build...
No!
Did I do here?
What did you do?
Yes, I'm right. Okay. So it takes Petro, a metal casing, and a propeller. And I've built jet propulsion.
Okay.
All right? So, now with those...
No!
I have the bio monitor, I have jet propulsion, and I have the navigatrix. That is my second. I built a flight pack. A personal flight device powered by jet propulsion. It's fast. If you don't mind the rude noise it makes, it goes as it flies around. That's the weird noise. Okay, so that is it. I have built my 2 inventions. Now, mind you, in a typical 2-player game, we would try to build 3 inventions. So, out of curiosity, Carmen, would you have been able to build your second invention your next turn?
Yeah, no.
So that means I did win pretty solid.
I was going to build the mecha skeleton.
And try to copy my ability.
And copy your ability.
Yeah.
And that would have taken me 2 turns to do that, because after you build, you can't do an action. So.
Good game.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Wow, that ended up being a lot closer game. I tell you, 2 turns away from probably winning, and...
Yeah.
But we've had closer in the past.
We've had closer games. I mean, they've been... I knew I was going to build my invention and win, and then Tim does it, boom, right before me. But this time, I was surprised that you even won, because I started out pretty far ahead,
I did so poorly at the beginning of this game. I thought you were going to run away with it and embarrass me. I really did. A couple of things that worked out in my favor. Number one, my inventor's ability was amazing to be able to build an invention with only 2 small machines instead of 3. So that helped a lot in catching up. I expected you to try to build your mecha skeleton early and to try to mimic that.
I absolutely should have.
And I didn't feel pressure because you never did.
That's one thing about experience in this game that would have made a difference.
Yeah.
Is if it would have occurred to me earlier. I was going to try to do that at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't find the transport vessel. That's the small machine I needed. So I was like, I'll build the mecha skeleton. By then it was too late. Yeah,
remember the mecha skeleton allows you to mimic an opposing player's ability. So she could have built then her invention with just 2 small machines like I did. So that would have been huge. That would have made. But then the other thing that helped me catch up too was that one turn where you whiffed twice on the roll of the die. And you know that you should have taken that first roll and just accepted it.
We've never had that happen before, but it had to happen for the live play where I totally wasted my turn. I completely wasted my turn. But I should have gone ahead, taken the first die roll, gotten rid of 3 cards. I could have done that. And I don't know why I didn't.
I don't know why you didn't either, because
then I could have just drawn a card on my second action. Well, so, same difference.
And on top of that, you would have taken a card from me that you needed.
Right.
Plus, it possibly would have been a card I needed, too. So,
I don't know. I just thought, maybe I'll roll better and I won't have to get rid of 3 cards.
Yeah.
And then I roll even worse.
Hindsight. What were the chances you were going to roll worse than a 2?
Yeah, I mean, that's never happened before.
So, 1 in 6 chance. So, let's talk about the game itself. Now, okay, before we do that, though, this is a paid preview, okay? So, in the past, I've been very hesitant to try to, laud games and applaud them too much because, people say, well, you're only saying that because you're getting paid and blah, blah, blah. So, before we get into our final thoughts, I just want to throw that out there that, I'm kind of changing my view on that a little bit. If I like a game a lot, I just want to tell you guys why I do. So, you had a game you wanted to compare it to that popped in your mind.
Yes, Legacy Gears of Time is one of our favorite games that we worked on with the Kickstarter.
Oh yeah, still love it.
And we still love it. But it's a really heavy game, so we don't play it very often.
It's a brain burner.
It is. It's a brain burner, and it's a long game. This game reminds me of that in that I enjoy it, and it has the same theme, but it's a lighter game than that one.
A lighter game than that, but at the same time, let's talk about, in general, of what makes the comparisons. And I think what ties it together a lot is the whole, like, steampunk idea of inventors inventing things.
You're inventing things.
Yes.
You're collecting parts to invent things. It's the same idea.
Yeah.
Really.
And we've seen this happen in games in the past where, you know, slap some gears on it and call it steampunk,
right.
and it's just not worked. I mean, it's felt themeless and pasted on.
No.
How has this game felt to you?
This is not a light card game. I wouldn't call it that at all. I wouldn't call it a basic set collection game with a pasted on steampunk theme at all.
Right.
This actually feels like it really works together. The game mechanics and the gameplay, it all goes along
just
with
meshes together great.
Right.
And it's one of those ones that I feel like, even though it's a card game, I mean, I think let's call it board game, but it's one of those ones you can bust out on game night, and I think it would still fill. People like to call it a filler game with card games and stuff like that. No, I don't think so with this one. I think you could bust it out as one of the main games that you're going to play that night, and everybody would enjoy it. I've enjoyed this game immensely. I mean, I've enjoyed it a lot. I love set collecting. I like that build-up. I like just trying to come up with the strategy of building as many simple small machines as I possibly can, using their actions.
You can tell that works for him.
Trying to build as many inventions in one turn, because I feel like that's where you really capitalize in this game, is that you could try to use the strategy of just trying to rush through the small machine deck to try to get just the 3 small machines you need, build those 3 small machines to try to get the invention, or you build as many small machines as you want and try to build as many inventions on your turn as you can and catch your opponents by surprise. There's a lot of little neat strategies you can use in this game and don't overlook the powers of these small machines, because even though you don't necessarily need it for your invention, the abilities on them alone can help you win the game.
Yeah.
You saw with the lightning generator, I think it's called, where you get to draw extra cards. The mechanical brain,
and the
clockwork brain.
mecha-skeleton. If I would have had that,
the mecha-skeleton would have won you the game.
I could have won the game.
Yes. Yeah. And that's the thing. You can't overlook the small machine abilities, but yet you still need the right ones to be able to build your invention. And I think that's where the game just meshes together beautifully. And it's got just that little bit of touch of luck where you're having to roll the die, but that can even then be offset by discarding parts into a scrap pile to make up the difference when you win.
And if you plan ahead of time, you have enough parts to where you can discard them and you're safe and you're going to be able to perform your action.
So,
I gotta say, another thing that I really enjoy about it is the little descriptions of the inventions.
Beautiful.
And the inventors.
I tell you,
it really kind of brings you. I think it's kind of amusing.
It draws you in more so.
Yeah.
And I always really enjoy there's a sense of brilliance in writing, and when people come up with these small little details like this, them little extra details, that it just draws you even more into the game to, with your character, with your thirst for blood. What was that up? Things like that though. And
I had the death ray, so I thought that was appropriate.
I mean, it does, yeah. Your thirst for blood and built a death ray was how appropriate, right? But you guys understand what I'm saying. It's all these little things that draw together that just overall, this is a great little game, and it's a fine package put together that I've just enjoyed. We've had a streak of really good Kickstarter games that we've been had the pleasure to video lately, and this one ranks right there amongst them. So, anything more you would like to add to it, real quick, or you're pretty well done?
I think we've got it all. Make sure that if you skipped to the conclusion, we do have clips in the middle that talk a little bit more about parts of the game you might enjoy.
Yep. So if you do like what you saw, and if you want to take our valued opinions, follow this link right here, and you can go back it yourself. And as usual, we appreciate you watching. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Griffin Gaming, from new releases to pre-orders. Griffin Gaming. Enter in promo code GreyElephant for 5% off your order.